Welcome to The Gorgeous Effect, the podcast that's about to rock your marketing world. I'm Julie Chanel, and with my co-founder, Cathy Olson, we're the masterminds behind Funnel Gorgeous and FG Funnels. We're about to drop some serious tea on how to create funnels that not only look amazing, but actually convert into customers. We'll chat mouth-watering offers, copy, design, and give you an inside look of some of our best and worst funnels. No smoke and mirrors, just real strategies that work from two ladies who have been around the funnel block. So grab your coffee or something stronger, we won't judge, and get ready to unleash the gorgeous effect on your business. It's time to show the world what you've got. Let's do this. Hey everyone, it's Julie and Cathy. We're back with another episode of The Gorgeous Effect. Today we are talking about swipe files, which are super popular in the world of digital marketing and course creation. We love to give out swipe files, whether they're free files or whether they are paid. We've taught lots of people how to build them, how to sell them. And we think that there's a big shift happening with this type of digital product for 2025. We want to give you guys the deets. So
yeah, our swipe files and templates in danger.
Yeah.
Of being obsolete because of AI and all the things. And or is it just saturated? Like, is there so many templates? Is there so many swipe files that they're kind of people are becoming blind to it?
Yeah. Well, first off, I think it's important to note that swipe files are the ultimate shortcut, and people love shortcuts. So I think that the psychology of the shortcut has not gone away. We all want to do things faster, and that's human biology. And so the idea of a swipe file, I think, rings true and stays strong regardless of the shifting technology. So if you are sitting around trying to brainstorm an offer, course, and you have the opportunity to create something that's not just educational, but usable. So think about it like, am I going to watch this? Am I going to read this? Or am I going to use this? Am I going to install this? Right? So things like using and install leans more towards swipe files. It's automatically going to be more valuable than read, watch, learn.
Yeah,
so
information is so available. Like we have almost too much information at this point. So it's not, I think it's like the one go-to that people go for lead magnets, debt-free downloads is they want to give away information. And that's like, it's just not the way anymore. So I think you're right, because even if you have the information, there's a gap of like, actually, okay, now what do I do? How do I install this? Great, I have this information, but what does this actually look like for my business? That's like big. Right. It just opens a question that you left it open. It's like an opening a loop and then leaving it open.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, but now here comes the sort of danger part, right? It used to be that swipe files were not only shortcuts, but like they were really like they took a lot of labor for the business owner to produce, right? You had to build and write all the emails and test them and then say, here, take this, or the script or the ideas or whatever it was. And so there was a lot of legwork that you had to do to make sure that this was great. And so it was super, super high value. Well, Chatty G, Claude, Gemini, Grok, whatever. I was like trying to like figure out all the names of all the different AI personas out there, has made it so that people can produce templates and swipe files very, very quickly. And so like for us, we have a welcome sequence that we offer people that's free. And this has been our highest performing lead magnet for the last like 3 years. And it's like, get your welcome sequence written in 60 minutes. I spent a lot of time and energy writing it. Then I tested it. Then I had people do it in less than 60 minutes. I got the test. I mean, it was like a whole thing. Well, Cathy's like, our lead magnet isn't performing as well because of all the comments. I don't know if you want to tell them what's being said on the comments right now.
Yeah. So in the actual ad, I think, but also on the page when you go to it, it says, get your welcome sequence written in an hour or less, 60 minutes or less. And then in the testimonials even say, I did it in 30 minutes or whatever. And so, yeah, we're starting to get all these comments of like, I can do that in 5 minutes in ChatGPT, or, like it's so, or they'll just say, I wrote an email, done. And they don't understand what really like what a well-oiled, welcome sequence does, right? So there's a little bit of that. So both things. So I think we have to address the AI elephant in the room, but we also have to kind of reinforce what a really good welcome sequence does. I think we're missing kind of both of those things on the ad. So it's worth, looking, even though it's been doing great all this time, things change, right? So
Yeah.
now we need to take a look at it and say, what does this look like in 2025 and how can we revive it? Do we need to do something different? Like what's the new version going to look like?
Yeah. So one thing that we're doing at Funnel Gorgeous is all the things, all the swipe files and copy templates and things that we have put both free and paid, we are converting over to GPTs. Don't ask me what GPT stands for because I don't know, but
My mom just
basic,
asked me that. What is GPT? I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know. But
I think
basic,
that's why we like Chatty G because then it's easier to
yeah.
remember.
So Chatty G, which is ChatGPT, allows you to make custom GPTs. And so just think of it like a tiny little Chatty G assistant for one particular task, right? And so we did this in our audience builder challenge. And we are working on writing the landing page copy for a lead magnet. And so what I did was I took the design that Cathy came up with. She's making new designs for the funnels, and the copy is on there. And so I took that copy and I basically sat with it for a little bit. I broke it out. I kind of analyzed it, and then I taught Chatty G that this was the exact structure, style, layout of the copy. And that when someone asks for landing page copy in this little GPT, you need to customize it for this particular funnel. So if you just go to ChatGPT tomorrow and say, hey, build me a landing page, it will. And it might be good. It might absolutely suck. And so what we're doing is we're combining the power of ChatGPT with the strategy and experience and marketing psychology that we have accumulated, and we're blending it together in these super specific ways and creating these little GPTs. And so now I actually thought about it yesterday. I was like, that email swipe file lead magnet, we have to turn into a GPT, and then we can give the template, we can give the GPT link, and now it's like the difference between giving a man a fish and teaching him how to fish, because now that swipe file is 10 times more usable than it even was in its original form.
Absolutely, because the one of the biggest problems people have is customizing it.
Yeah.
Right? So like just because you give someone a template, it's quite a jump to think, okay, what does this look like in my business, right? Like because there's so much nuance and change and whatever, right? Like and so I think that is one of the hardest things for people who are not naturally marketers to think like a marketer and actually like switch something from A to B, which is really what we do when we do hot seats, we do calls, we do teaching. We will spend, an hour talking through how to customize something, right? You'll give a sentence and then you could literally go through every student and tell them how that sentence would look for their business. Whereas now we have this shortcut of, AI basically
Right.
like bridging that gap.
Yeah. So I bet a bunch of people are like, well, how do you make a GPT? And again, I'm not the foremost expert on this, but if you have like a paid version of ChatGPT, you can go into, there's like a little bar that says explore GPTs, and then you hit create, and you can actually use ChatGPT to build the GPT, right? So you can say, this is what I wanted to do. And then you test it. And so yesterday I was working on one. Man, was it hallucinating. Like it started off fine, and I was like, good, this is good. And then I like added another, I like asked it to do another thing, and it just, and then once it hallucinated, I couldn't bring it back. I was like, okay. And I was like, delete, okay. So I
I
find that
swear sometimes it just gets tired or something. It's like certain days, it's like I've had a day. Like I'm
yeah,
like, I
I'm
don't
like,
know what's happening on the internet to make you so tired,
wow.
but something's happening. I really feel like there's days it has good and bad days. Do you feel like that?
Yeah. And so if you are going to do a swipe file for a lead magnet or for a course, the more specific, the better, right? So the best GPTs I have are the ones that are doing one specific thing really, really well. And this one that I was building last night, I was asking it to do too many things, and it just hallucinated. So that is what I think people should do for 2025. Like if you have swipe file ideas, how can you make them more dynamic, right? Turning them into, I think the next thing is going to be AI agents, right? Which are basically workflows with AI in a loop. And you can take the things you know. And so I think the future is bright for swipe files. I don't think they're in danger. I just think they have to be modified to be more dynamic with AI, and then they'll continue to work.
It's a really good point that you said about kind of narrowing the focus, because I think that's actually the issue that people struggle with AI right now is that it has too much information. And so you really have to narrow it down. Like,
Yeah.
I go back and forth with ChatGPT and Claude, but Claude has a really cool thing. And I don't know actually if ChatGPT has this yet, where you can upload a style of
Hmm.
writing. So you
Hmm.
basically give it a voice, like, I put in all of your, I have a whole one that has Julie's voice. I put in like lots of emails, sales pages you've written, like a lot of stuff you've written, and I have the Julie style voice. And so on top of using their GPTs are called projects. And so on top of projects, I can use it in Julie's voice. Like, but again, it would give me nothing near what I wanted unless I give it some, I have to feed it those parameters. There has to be boundaries. And so
Yeah.
this is why those swipes and templates and stuff are so awesome, because it narrows down, what exactly kind of you're looking for. So I think that's really the future too, is, giving it like examples of things and narrowing it down and giving it boundaries as much as you possibly can. Even though people want to leave at things as general as possible, you almost have to niche the AI, right? So it's like the
Yep.
AI niche, right? And so that's where I think what you want to be paying attention to when you're creating these GPTs for your people is how can you put the most amount of guardrails and boundaries and examples and, and have it really, really dialed in and focused. And that is going to be extremely valuable for your people.
Yeah. And you can still, I mean, the lead magnet that we have that's getting all that hate, on in the comments, like we're gonna update it into a GPT and we're gonna keep running it, and we'll say get your emails written in 60 seconds instead of 60 minutes.
60 minutes,
Uh,
that's fine. Then what
yeah.
can anyone say? They're like, oh, I can do that in 30 seconds. Okay, cool.
But the
Whatever.
thing is, the unique value prop of that swipe file was the saving of time. But now the saving of time is not as valuable because everybody can do it. So now what we have to do is we have to dial in what about that sequence is going to be better than just going to chat gpt and just asking it to build you a welcome sequence. So we're going to have to go back
Right.
to sales psychology or conversion or proof or whatever to make that convert. So you're always having to look for that differentiation factor. So that's one thing to consider, is that swipe files, you used to be able to be lazy and be like, yeah, it's going to save you time, and that was like enough. But now time has been shrunk. So that's not really as valuable as it was before. So I have to think harder.
Looking forward to the future, I don't think there's any course or training we'll ever do again that doesn't have AI in it. Like, I don't think, right?
No.
Like, I mean, I can't imagine anything we're going to be teaching, whether it's Launch Gorgeous, FG Society, like updating or whatever, or even, scalable coach, like all the stuff that we're updating. I can't imagine anything, even Offer Brand that's coming, is going to have AI in it. So it's something that you want to get on early and learn as quickly
Yeah.
as possible.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, guys. We'll have a great week and we will talk to you soon. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We're just getting started with this podcast, and we're so excited to have you on this journey with us. If you found value in today's episode, we'd be over the moon if you'd consider subscribing. It's like a virtual high five that keeps us going. And hey, if you're feeling extra gorgeous, leaving a review would mean the world to us. Your words not only make our day, but it also helps other amazing folks just like you find our show through your review. Lastly, if you know someone who could use a little sales pep talk, why not spread the love? Share this episode and let's grow this gorgeous community together.